Hi, I am Felisa from Felicity's catering service, and I am back today to share another recipe with you. Yesterday, I made some pizza, and I called it Felicity's Pizza, and it was absolutely delicious. Don't you think so, son? This is my son. Yes, and he's a mechanic and a car detailer. So if you ever need one of those, just give us a little holler on the Facebook page. His name is Jonathan Jermaine Frazier. Now, back to the chef-arising. Today I'm using some of the ingredients from yesterday, which we all call leftovers, to create a pasta dish today. So I have here some chicken, same chicken that I used yesterday on the pizza, and some fresh oregano, and we have butter, and we have the shiitake mushrooms, and I have a little vegetable oil, some pasta, and some string beans. Nice fresh string beans. So that's what we're going to create today. So, oh, I'm sorry, I forgot about the garlic. Never forget about the garlic. That's just a shame. But before I get started, let me tell you a little bit about my company's history. I created Felicity's Catering Service in 1995 in Buffalo, New York. And I've been cooking for a very long time, over 25 years. So if you ever need any of my services or Felicity services, you can just contact me on the Facebook, inbox me. I'm always available for weddings and CD releases, release parties, and all types of events. And for those of you who don't know, I am also a gospel singer, so I do a lot of catering in the gospel field. And I have a lot of my friends that have had my meals, and so you can just kind of check back with them, and they'll give you a response. So we're going to get started here. And the first thing that I'm going to do is saute some things. Basically, that's what we'll be doing today, so you definitely need a saute pan. And so let's move along. So first, like I said, we have all of our ingredients, and of course, the string beans take a little longer to cook. Sometimes people like them crispy, not too crispy, but they want that, but you want to keep the flavor. You don't want to kill the nutrients in the beans. So we're going to go over here to the stove. Okay, my cord doesn't want to go with me. Okay, there we are. And we're going to start off with the sauteing process. And the first thing I'm going to put in there is my oil. And I just have 3 tablespoons of vegetable oil, and I'm going to pour in here. And here we go. Okay, that's 3 tablespoons. And we want to get the pot nice and hot. I'm sorry, I apologize. I forgot one more thing. We're going to also put some butter in, because the butter going in by itself will burn, so we don't want that to happen. So the vegetable oil kind of stops the butter from burning. They kind of work together, and of course, you know, butter gives it delicious flavor. So we're going to scoot that around a little bit, okay, and let that melt on up. And of course, you see I have my black pepper, and I have my garlic, and I have what this is called accent, and a lot of people should know what this is, but if you don't, what it does, it just brings the natural flavors out of a food. So it's not salty or anything like that. Matter of fact, it says 60% less than salt. So it's not a heavy salt, but it just brings the ingredient, the flavor of the ingredient out, the natural flavors. And then we have our natural sea salt, in which we're going to use a little bit of that because it's very potent. And then I have, of course, my basil. And I have oregano on the other side that's going to go in as well. But for now, just to get the beans going, got that there. And get that little hot, more hot when I get the butter melted. And of course, you always need your utensils out and ready. That's the key to cooking, is having everything out and ready. And of course, I'm not prepared. Give me 1 second. Okay, I'm back, and I apologize for being unprepared. So now we're back onto I have to get my oil back hot again. And I also have some garlic that we're going to go ahead and put in here. I chopped the fresh garlic cloves up. Garlic cloves that I wanted to have yesterday in my pizza, but I didn't. So now we have a nice little hot thing going on there. We just put our little beans right on in. Mix that all up. You want to give the beans a time to get sauteed. You don't want to lose the entire green color, but we do want to make sure that we keep an even temperature on everything. And so since it takes longer for string beans to cook, we're going to go ahead and put a little garlic on them, a little bit more garlic powder on them. So we're going to do that. And some pepper. Let the beans get some flavor. And a little basil, just a little bit of basil this time. And of course, we have our oregano. And I apologize for not giving you complete measurements. That's just from years of, but I put about maybe a tablespoon of the oregano, and the garlic, it was about maybe 2 teaspoons of the minced garlic, and actually that was a tablespoon of the butter that I put in there, and I believe I told you 3 tablespoons of the vegetable oil. So you can hear that sizzling up right there. All right. We're good. And I'm importing my son to be my assistant, so I want to be moving around so much. Would you mind handing me that chicken that's over there? I forgot it over there. No, I didn't. Yes, I did. The chicken and the noodles. The accent I'm going to put on in a little bit. There's a chicken here. Thank you. And the chicken is already done, and you can buy that at Kroger's. They have it already done. And that was actually what I used yesterday on the pizza as well. And I'll say about maybe 3 minutes with these. It's almost like a foot race. You give somebody a little bit of time to be advanced and ahead of you if they're slow. I'm going to put it that way. So sometimes how I do it is I just, if I can't pinch it like that, then I have a problem. That's not done. It's got a rubbery thing going on. So, but I don't want, oh, my pot's trying to run away. Maybe we can put that back on there. Because I'm trying to hold the phone at the same time and cook, so I can't hold the handle to the pot. So, but I like the way that's looking thus far. So we're going to go ahead and add the shiitake mushrooms to it. I'm loving that. I love my mushrooms, so we're just going to dump that whole thing in there. There we go. And I don't know, I think I want to add just a little bit more butter. And this is the unsalted real butter, not margarine. We're going to add a little bit more of that too, because the butter gives it flavor as well. And I'm not sure if you knew, mushrooms absorb any liquid that you put them in. It absorbs them all. It absorbs it all. So when you put mushrooms in, it sucks up all the oil. And mushrooms only take a few more minutes to saute them. Okay, pot, really? All right, we got that. Everything is pretty much done. We just start adding stuff. And I want to kind of have that as a base. Alright, we'll let that saute for a minute and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Now, what I'm going to do is, because this is really working really well for me. Like I said, we were using ingredients that were from yesterday. And I'm going to also use the smoky bacon cheddar gourmet cheese spread again. Waste not, want not, otherwise it just sits around your refrigerator forever. I did add the accent already. I put that in. I put some of that in. And I'm going to, once I get to tasting it, I'll add the salt at some other point. Now, to give this some kind of creamy base, I'm going to go ahead and pour some milk in. And that's about maybe a half a cup. Because I want everything that just cooked to have the seasonings of that. That's already pretty. Look at all that. Okay. But I do want to add some of this cheese to it. Okay. So hold 1 second for me.